local places, local attractions. Let's talk a little bit more about that. And specifically, I wanted to take you through one story I did for National Geographic on zoos. Zoos of the world, actually, mostly in this country, but they're certainly local attractions. So how do you approach this? Well, for me, I went to zoos that I had researched. And by that, I mean I did my homework. I tried to figure out who had really interesting exhibits, like where you could get very close to grizzly bears or see snow leopard cubs, or I went to Hong Kong because I heard about a new exhibit they had at Ocean Park called Polar Adventure. Well, it's a building shaped to look like an iceberg, and they've got these penguins that are statues all over the outside of the place, and it's visually loaded. Now, I knew this before I went because I had studied up. I had done my homework. The web makes it very easy now to see exactly what you're going to get before you get there. In terms of a starting point, remember, it's all a starting point. Once you get there, you're very pleasantly surprised if you can spend some time. That is the key. Don't short yourself when you go to an attraction. Plan to stay. This may irritate your family members. You might have to do a little bargaining with them. But I mean, come on, you're all the way in Hong Kong and you've got this big, huge exhibit, and there are king penguins swimming under the floor underneath plexiglass under your feet. How can you beat that? You also have a sea lion show that delights people and a big dolphin breeding center and study center there. Well, that's all interesting, but it takes time. I spent days there. If you're on vacation, maybe your family will give you a day. You can still make really good pictures, but you have to brace them for it, and you have to brace yourself. Again, this requires time. The more time you put into it, the better. And even if you stay till after dark, they have this amazing show they project onto the side of a wall of water. Basically a multimedia show. Quite amazing. Now, the other place I went to was Oppenhuel in Holland. This is a primate park where the monkeys actually are allowed to crawl around on people, at least some species of monkey, squirrel monkeys, lemurs. Fascinating, something that you wouldn't see here in the United States. It makes for visuals, it makes for interesting pictures. Back home in the States, I'm looking at anything I can to really be new and different. That's the thing. What are the surprises? Where are you going to see surprises? It could be, let's say, at a giraffe exhibit, Cheyenne Mountain Zoo out in Colorado. Very interesting because this is the largest captive herd in North America and the most prolific. I think they've had more than 200 offspring since the herd was founded there many decades ago. You can feed all these giraffes. They're right up in your face and their purple tongues are sticking out, and you can feed them food that you get from the zoo, and it is really, really popular, and it is visually loaded. How can you miss if you're looking at an enclosure with 18 to 20 giraffes right there in your face? You can't. It's really, really good stuff. But I wasn't there by accident. There's more than 200 AZA accredited zoos in this country. I had done my homework. I probably spend a day at home researching for every day I spend in the field. When I go to a place like the Cincinnati Zoo, I know they've got a big new tiger facility that's very beautiful, and even more beautiful when it's just snowed. And then when I go to Indianapolis Zoo, holy cow. I built a remote camera for this story, but you know what? They've got glass right there. The tigers are right there against this big, beautiful plexiglass. You can be inches away and get very, very lovely pictures. So this is the key, and what I really want to stress. Do your homework. Generally, my pictures are only as good as my research. In fact, I can say honestly that my photo essays and my coverages of local attractions or international attractions are only as good, truly only as good as research. If the research isn't there, the pictures won't be there. It doesn't happen by accident. This takes a little work, it takes a little thought, but it is so worth it.